Good evening and welcome to another Minneapolis by Night. Tonight's scene will join both mages and vampires, two groups that have struck a unusual alliance which has been magically enforced and bound by blood. Given the turmoil in the city that has died down, there's kind of a lull, and the time has come to discuss how to approach these power vacuums and opportunities within the city, that they may be of benefit to everybody without stepping on anyone else's toes. To that end, the Ardrai has invited everyone to his newest Elysium, which is known as the Chanhassen Dinner Theater. He recently purchased it and slightly renovated it to be more in keeping with a social atmosphere, modeled after a dinner theater in New York City known as the Diamond Horseshoe. A central bar, tables, and a wraparound bar all fill the open space in front of the stage. And the intent is to allow socialization as well as entertainment. The entire area is closed to the average public during these hours. However, there are ghouls, some cult followers of the mages, hedge sorcerers, the semi-mortal, if you will. It's mildly active as you all arrive. The Ardrai has been pretty clear about putting out the invitation. Sort of a grand opening after hours party. A number of the council members have also arrived already, meaning that the opportunities are there to mingle on either side. And indeed, some of them have started socializing amongst themselves. You guys are free to intro yourselves as you wish.
I guess some Mox were working.
Yeah, Mox is not feeling too great about being surrounded by vampires, so he has his armor and his sword, unless he's asked to deposit them.
Rose carries a weapon that doesn't look like a weapon. It's still quite frightening, though. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, John.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Mox feels a hand resting on his shoulder, and Lance appears from like out of nowhere in his armor.
Lance, you're alive.
Yeah. So we can talk about this back at Camelot, but there was a time issue beneath the castle, and there's a very potent being down there.
Gotcha. That's fair.
But he doesn't seem any like worse for the wear, really. He just kind of surveys the room as people come in.
Well, since this apparently is one of the more fancier of establishment, Aline would be coming in dressed with his suit and tie. And having some weird looking gloves on him. Looking a bit like someone would use them for riding a motorcycle, but they have a USB port to the side. Well, I'm not going to necessarily list everything that he's carrying with him in his pockets, but he looks really well dressed for the evening.
You guys would recognize, from a mage standpoint, the head of the Akashics, which is Masaru Sentaro. You would also recognize Armor of God is here. A couple of other individuals that you don't recognize. But Kaylin, the new head of the Verbena, is present. For those of you who were in the Cabal thread, you would recognize James Wraithwell of the Thanatos. And there's a couple of other individuals. There are clearly mages as well, including the Cult of Ecstasy mage Jace Crave, who is currently on stage performing a baby grand piano.
Is Tursas here?
He is not here this evening.
Alan would say hi to the mages that he knows. What's up? Kind of adopt a more formal term with the Armor of God, saying something like "us." And just kind of mingling, seeing who else he might know.
Armor of God's fairly well dressed, kind of a Sunday best type. He's got slacks, although you notice he's still wearing boots, but he's got like dress pants. and a button-down shirt.
For politeness, Lance will ease his suit of armor into a tuxedo. The helmet becomes like a fedora. No, it becomes a bowler. Wearing a bowler, not a tuxedo, but like a suit. A suit and a bowler is probably what he's wearing.
All right, kind of that Roaring Twenties look.
Yeah. And his sword transforms into a cane. So he's like, "Oh, look, I'm normal-ish."
Maria comes in and she's wearing a summer dress with black hat, some type, and is there.
Maria would recognize the Ardry as well as Arthur and a couple of other, vampires that she's not entirely familiar with. But that Arthur is talking to, so she's going to assume they're probably vampires.
There was this Arthur, like he said. Arthur Drake.
He will
Go ahead.
greet her immediately. Good evening, Rose. How is the business coming for you?
I've actually improved my skills quite a bit. I ran out of my special supplies for a while, but I have gained the ability to make my own special supplies. She'll offer him one.
And he does take it and kind of tucks it in his breast pocket.
So, are you the big boss around here, or?
He will gesture and he says, "This is the Ardry Ruidry who leads us. My responsibility here is to aid and assist."
She'll offer her hand to Ardra, or the Ardra.
He takes it and gives you a formal bow. Welcome to our club.
Thank
Theater, nightclub, a little bit of both, I suppose, but
you. Well, I have feel you would might like. How long have you been your condition? To put it politely.
Centuries so far. And if all works out, that will continue.
Let's hope so. I actually have a product you might enjoy. When I see you last time, you were able to any sort of alcohol or food or beverage or anything like that without it being diminished by your current condition.
Well, generally there are ways, but they're complicated and convoluted. We tend to limit ourselves at best to beverages mixed with blood. It's easier that way.
Well, you might like this, and she'll hand him a joint.
It seems you have found a market, perhaps, in developing products to improve the quality of life for my kind.
I'm working on it. Might need a bit more research, but I am looking for connections in order to expand my business.
Well, I certainly can see the benefits of it. I don't know necessarily that that everyone would see it the same way. I don't know that it would necessarily change the long term of how we operate it, but certainly having us have more options, better quality of life.
That would certainly be a challenge, but I think we could handle it.
Well, I'm pleased to hear it, and I look forward to the seeing the results, as it were. In the meantime, I will make it known that you're a individual we can do business with safely and honorably.
That would be appreciated. I do have multiple locations to choose from, which I'm sure you would like to hear about. I own hookah shop. I also own a bank where I'm selling medicinal marijuana out of. Joel give him the said locations.
Well, I will suspect that we may have a number of discussions to continue. If you'd like, we can schedule a meeting where we could discuss, perhaps in more depth and a bit more privacy, how we might be able to aid one another's businesses further.
Yes, but though with my previous encounter to one of your kind, I believe she died, but she had a bit of an issue trying to blood bond me, and I would like to make that very clear now. That is something that will not happen.
Well, we have a, of course, that wouldn't be an issue in the first place, but we also have, as upstanding members of the treaty, penned by one of yours and signed by your council and myself, as well as Mr. Lance here, the unwilling bonding of another individual from our alliance is not permitted. Should that be something you wished to enter into, it can be done. As you do not wish it, attempting to would inherently violate the treaty itself, expelling the individual from the protections of the treaty and benefits.
That's good to know.
The treaty is there to both protect us from each other and ensure that we maintain relationships that are to both of our advantage, while at the end protecting us all from outside influences or those with malicious intent.
She's gonna look around. Well, the information. I'm going to continue to network. See what's around here.
By all means, mingle, socialize, build your relationships. That's the intent behind this establishment. And let us know if we can get anything.
Thank you.
At this time, Michael will walk in, and I'll just kind of look around. And, he's got a book in his hand and his coat draped on his arm, and he'll just walk over to a seat, drape his coat on the back of it, sit down, and start reading.
And Marcella will come in and casually look around, give nods to those that she knows.
If you would get some responses from a couple of the vampires, including Arthur Drake and Rurdry. There's also a couple of mages she might recognize. She would recognize, of course, Armor of God. She's dealing with him in the past. As well as
Yep.
another young man who is socializing that she would recognize, of course, as Lorenzo Giovanni.
Yep. I think she's met Fix briefly once. I know she's talked to Alean.
Fix'll walk in, him and the dog. If you need to see a picture of it, let me know. I'll send it to you. How y'all doing?
Lance will walk over and hug Fix.
Hey, Kings ain't supposed to hug knights like that. Ain't we supposed to bow and shit?
He like waves it off like it's like a joke or something. It's good to be back.
Is he about to cause some trouble?
No. I just got stuck in a place where time flows very differently.
You mean that literally, don't you?
What?
You mean that literally, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what? I ain't had enough shine for this conversation.
We'll talk about it later. He will gesture to the Ardrai. You brought us here to discuss some things.
Well, I wanted to create an open forum, so to speak. The city as a whole has a number of power vacuums, openings. It's relatively calm. Opportunities for us to step in, get involved.
What that got to do with me?
Well, that's part of what we need to discuss. What do we want to get involved in and where?
I don't even know these people.
Advantageous to us.
Hey, look, Lance, I understand that you're the boss and all that, but I don't know nary one of these people except for that Rose over there, Marcella. That's about it.
He would recognize the Armor of God and Jace.
Well, they don't count. They know I recognize them.
Lance nods. We did enter into a treaty with them. So.
I know. I helped write it.
So. This is a step in peaceful talks and bonding.
You see, I ain't got no pistol on me. What do they want us to do? I don't know what vampires do other than drink blood.
I believe they want to discuss if we would like any joint activities.
They want to have a party or something?
I think more of an investment in each other.
I ain't got no money. I'm a musician.
I don't. There are more things than literal money.
Well,
Things such as what actions do we want to pursue? We still have enemies in this city, both you guys and my kind. How can we work together to cooperate on those? On what fronts do we wish to be active? on what fronts you wish to be active so that we are not interfering. Are there places where we can be active together, whether that's business, social?
No, no
Believe me,
disrespect, but you ain't active but 12 hours a day. How useful can you be, really?
well, there are plenty of ways to ensure that business gets done even when you are asleep. We all sleep. It's just a matter of when and on what schedule.
I mess with the fundamental pieces of the universe. You drink blood. I'm not sure how we can help each other.
I think I've been awake for the last 6 months.
Should get some sleep. Holy shit.
Yeah. He scratches his face. Yeah, you're probably right.
So is it Rose and the other night? Is it Mox?
Yeah, it's Rose Mox.
You the dude to know about the dead people, Mox. What these folks can do for us?
And I don't fuck with vampires. Holy shit. No. No offense, so like turned all the vampires. They're abominations against the wheel. I am not down with that.
Yeah, they do kind of not
Do
die.
not call them abominations about the wheel. I don't even know what this wheel is, or is it on a 64 Chevy? I don't know.
I mean, the whole circle of life thing, they definitely don't follow the circle of life, so I guess that makes sense.
I did say no offense beforehand.
Yeah, well,
True that.
anytime somebody says no offense, they're definitely about to say something very offensive.
Of course not. Why would I ever say anything offensive?
I'm just saying.
Alright, you know what? If you're about to say something
Oh, I already did.
offensive,
It's too late.
corner and eat a banana, and she'll pull out a banana from her bag and just hand it to him.
I'm not going in the corner, but I will eat this banana.
Oh, all right, okay.
So, all right, so vampires, talk to us. What you want from us?
Well, not necessarily what we want, but again, what we have to offer each other. The intent of an open forum.
Mr. King, sir, Mr. Ardrey, sir. We won't talk to you. We won't talk to regular vampires.
Well, we've got others present. We've got some that invest in business. Leandra over there runs a restaurant. I speak with the spirits of the land.
Do you?
That has been one of my skills, talent I've honed in times when we didn't have cell phones or cameras, and if you wanted to know what was going on in your lands, it was best to have those that could communicate with you. And the unseen are certainly a good source of that.
I wouldn't know nothing about that, though.
Fix. You're my right hand man, and you're my truth teller, right?
Yeah.
So I, in my time away, I've come to a decision that I'd like to try to do.
What?
The land of Minneapolis is filled with potent magic in the air, supernatural beings of all types, spiritual activity unheard of in any place.
Yep. Sounds about right.
So then, I would like to use Camelot, and perhaps our allies would like to be involved in changing the paradigm in our area so that magic is more free.
Oh, Lance, you know we ain't supposed to do that now.
Oh, I know we're not supposed to do that, but this is my proposal. We start doing high-end magic shows and then slipping in our true magic in. Hedge mages can feel free to be involved, and over time, we establish in the minds of the people of the city that this is commonplace and that Minneapolis is truly magical with all of its Viking vessels and, with Camelot being around and different things happening. The people of the city will become more accepting of the nature of magic.
Well, we got to rewrite the whole damn contract if you want to do that.
Well, I'm aware. That's why I have you and Mox and Rose here to put me in check if that's what needs to be done. But I believe that there's so much happening here that the people want that.
What is Rose doing? I wasn't listening very well.
Or he's basically watching him to make sure he's not getting too big. He starts being his shitbag, then
Well, specifically, Kim, I'm saying that we should change it so that humans accept magic where we live.
No, like, that was in character, guess. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. So, Lance will say, I'm sure Mox will fill you in. So,
No,
basically
this is a bad idea.
I'm very good at that.
do you say it's not a very good idea, or it is a good idea?
This is the worst idea you've come up with since you decided to put mustard on po' boy. This is a bad idea.
I don't think that the mustard on the po' boy was such a terrible idea.
My grandmama was rolling over in her grave. No, I'm telling you, this is a foolish idea. This is foolhardy. And here's why I say that. We don't even know what it is we're working with in Minneapolis in the first place.
I think that there's been a lot of negative energy, and we should sway. There's a lot of negative energy in the city, but we could turn that energy and make it into positive energy and to make this place a safe haven for our kind. For all kinds of supernaturals willing to work harmoniously.
But not everybody, all of us supernatural folks is good. Some of us are assholes. I mean, just look around.
I agree that not all of us are good, but the Ardrise has worked with us in the past to eliminate issues that we both have and that have been at their core evil.
We still ain't finished cleaning up all the messes to be cleaned up yet. We got to get our own kitchen clean before we still start messing up somebody else's.
No, I disagree. Here's why I disagree with that. Because our kitchen will never be clean. Okay? We will always have plates with something on them. And if we spend our time doing nothing but trying to eat all the shit that vomits out and not changing the energy to positive, then we're always going to have somebody putting more on our plate.
Okay, y'all vampires, y'all need to really say something right now because he's starting to talk crazy.
There are benefits to believability. Gothic nightclubs can be more successful in a world where that culture and the belief in the mysterious is embraced. Spiritualism is good for everyone, whether that's religious, any kind of gestures towards armor of God, or otherwise.
I don't know if you remember that, but I've heard tell we tried that shit once and it didn't go too good.
We tried what?
There used to be a time of high magic out of character, and now there ain't one because, well, people don't want it.
I totally concede that what I propose is dangerous, but I
Straight
think
crazy.
that the benefit is outweighed, or that the cost is outweighed by the benefit.
I don't think we will get to a point, Mr. Fix, where it will be reasonable or practical to throw fireballs down the street. To pull forth a wand and conjure lightning.
We all can do that. That don't mess with y'all. That only mess with us.
Yes, but what I'm proposing is a shift that would make it less taxing in certain circumstances and would bring creative change and enlightenment.
Look here. I'm gonna consult the spirits. I'm gonna ask the big dogs because they've been through this type of thing before, and I'm gonna see what they say. If the big dogs roll with you, I'll roll with you. But just me thinking about it, no sir. It's like a turn the punch bowl. Technocracy's gonna have a field day.
They are going to have an issue with what we have going on. I have no doubt.
They are going to lose their shit
because they are already doing what you are proposing to do in the opposite direction.
Yes. We will use their own plan in the opposite direction. That is what I want to do.
You want to go head up against Big T?
I don't know that, as I said, I don't believe we will get to a point where a belief in Merlin himself is going to occur. But a belief in wonder and the fantastic and the unexplained, that could potentially be achieved. And that is to our gain, too. It makes us less of a target. We're easy to pick out right now.
I mean, have you seen how you dress?
The Ardra is actually in a suit.
Does he have a great big sword?
No.
He doesn't have all his
Today
runes.
he does not.
He does not have all his runes on his body.
Well, he still has his tattoos and stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Exactly my point. You create a culture where these old faiths and different practices are accepted.
I mean, look at this tall cat sitting here reading his book, not saying nothing. That he kind of stands out.
I'm sorry, is he talking about Michael?
Yeah.
He totes his.
Michael's gonna look up and say, "You don't really have anything to worry about me. I rarely leave my library, but thank you for your concern, dear. It's touching."
Like, are you clearly a Chiasid with like blue skin or whatever?
Yes, he is very clearly a Chiasid.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that this would help this individual because he is blue. And most people aren't. So
My eyes reflect right, and I got 20 years. You think I wear this hat for a fashion statement?
Okay. The thing was 20 years. It could be classed off as an extreme plastic surgery because you like cosplay that much.
Yeah, maybe he's just like a weird, like, WoW cosplayer with gigantism or something.
I'm gonna throw a table of books.
that is my point. That's my point. I want to build a society in Minneapolis where people go to that kind of thinking first. Not
To the nerds!
Not, oh my God, what the fuck is that blue giant? They go, oh, look, it's somebody who really likes that Avatar movie.
You don't get to call anybody a giant, man.
That's not the point.
Michael is just
Also,
laughing at
who's
this
trying
point.
to...
Fix it.
And, Rose is gonna whip out a giant purple dildo bag, pointing at Fix. Fight me!
Why is that necessary? Why do you always have that on you? I don't understand.
Because I hit people with it. I mean, it it's not useful for anything else.
You
Some
hit me
people
with
disagree
that.
with you. We'll leave it at that.
Well, some people have sexuality. I don't.
I mean, I just said we were just gonna leave it at that, but okay.
Well, as my husband, you are always wrong. You should know this by now.
Well, that's a little mean.
Wait, you guys got married?
Yeah,
Yeah, when that happened?
When
a
the
while
fuck?
ago.
I leave for 6 months and Knights are getting married?
We got married for the whole hotel hell investigation, so it'd be more legit.
For an investigation? Oh my god.
Do you even like? You know, he does that yoga sex thing. So I mean, I guess it's kind of freaky. I guess.
Didn't she just say she wasn't into sex though?
I don't know. She got that big thing. You see that thing?
I just said I use it to beat people. Like,
I bet you
literally
do.
hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, let's not get off on how she gets hers off. Let's focus on the other.
I was focused. Then she whipped out that thing and distracted me. I need to get all magic-y.
Yeah, I don't. Your magic wand is
I
an
catch
interesting choice.
faucet picks.
I'm from a
She's
small
gonna
town in Mississippi.
toss the giant purple dildo to picks.
The thing waved me. Look, for those of you who don't know, my name is Fix. I have a small following on the internet for my blues music, but for the most part, I have a slight reputation of I don't know what you call it.
Laying hexes and killing people?
I ain't never killed nobody that didn't need to be dead.
Okay, that doesn't mean that there's not a lot of people who needed to be dead.
I mean,
And this is my dog. Well, this is Orion. He's not really a dog.
Having a truth speaker is important, Ardry. I hope you have one.
I have a number of
I'm
options.
here.
It's important to have someone who will say it like it is, too.
Do I get to know everybody else's name?
There's like a bunch of like head wizards and a bunch of random people in here, right? That are all like somewhat magically or otherwise endowed ghouls, hedge mages, random stuff.
Right.
Do you want them all to like line up, Fix, so they can all like?
No, not the mangy type people. The fang, drinky blood people.
No.
Vampires, dear.
You can call them what you want to.
Marcella has met Fix once or twice.
Uh-huh. You didn't bring your friend with you, did you?
No.
Okay. Make concern just for her. That wasn't positive. My bad. I'm sorry. But what else is there to talk about other than making the town magical or whatever?
Well, we were considering putting one of ours on the city council, as a large explosion created a vacancy recently. Someone to help with planning.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention to all you vampire type people. small loophole. When Tertius wrote the charter, he said magic. He was very non-specific, which means that if you try and use your magic versus the archery, it won't work.
That's a good thing. Most of us have no intention of doing that.
I mean, he probably didn't want me to tell that, but I mean, I'm just trying to save you some time, Mr. Ardrey.
No, that's why I know I personally have no interest.
Oh yeah, because I believe you because you said that. Ain't y'all like hundreds of thousands of years old practice lying? I wouldn't know it if you're doing it anyway, yada, yada, yada.
That's fairies.
What's the difference?
Case, not very much, but in her case, it'll kind of, or in their case, it's a lot.
What on? They got different kinds of vampires?
There are
Really
certain
don't know.
traits that are inherited through a family-like structure.
Y'all got the same mamas and daddies or something?
No, but by those who create you.
Ugh, you mean your mom and daddy bite y'all and they turn you on the vampire?
It's
Oh,
not
there
like
was
that.
Oh boy.
That's nasty. I mean, that's nasty.
Rose will turn to Mercilla and say, I'm Rose. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you before.
Marcella Giovanni, pleasure to meet you, Rose.
Watch out, Marcella. She sets people on
She's
fire.
kind of like waiting for her to whip out her giant purple friend again. Like,
Is we doing full disclosure up in here?
I mean, I've already whipped my dick out, so you might as well.
I don't know how to follow that statement. Lance, I was unprepared for her to say that. I don't know what to do now. Marcus, you get to warn me when she talks.
He's just gonna shake his head.
I'm a country boy from Mississippi. These types of things don't go down.
Yeah, that's probably my first time with a dildo in casual conversation.
I wish I could say the same.
You know I'm funny.
sure.
Oh,
Interesting.
you know.
We have a number of businesses. There are some of ours and some of yours that maintain religious followings. These are the kind of things I want to make sure we're on the same page about.
I'm a Baptist. Y'all got a problem with Baptists?
It's more like they don't want to cross streams with us and disrupt
Doing what?
whatever we got going on.
I ain't doing nothing but killing bad guys.
There are more mages in the city other than you, though, and we are wanting to make sure that what we do does not interfere with them.
Oh, well, if you got a problem with them, come see me. I'll shoot them in the face, too.
Let me put it this way, Mr. Fix. I gathered from your earlier statement that you are a shiner, as it were.
Shiner. What the hell are you talking about?
Make moonshine. Have
I
a
do know
still.
how to run. I do know make some nice shine. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. My grandmama taught me.
Okay. So what I want to make sure of is if I were to open my own still and start selling shine, that you didn't have an objection to that before I did it.
You know, this is up in the country. Don't mean I don't believe in capitalism.
Well, this is why we're having this conversation. I know there's a number
okay, well,
of different industries and such. You know, I want to make sure we're not competing with each other to the detriment of both of us.
Okay, I can see that. All right, all right. I'll hush up now. I'll have a seat and write down the recipe that we're going.
No. Mr. Lance, if we're going to pursue this endeavor of promoting the abnormal as acceptable and normal, certainly your location in Camelot there is a prime opportunity. Stage magics can be done here easily enough. This theater will certainly accommodate.
I'll shrug and say that's fine.
Unfortunately, we also want to be aware that this does not inadvertently aid some of our enemies as well. We do not need, for example, our primary opposition, which is call themselves the Sabbat, in that said Sabbat tends to use a religious angle in their recruitment. So we want to make sure we're not promoting their cause, as it were.
From Michael will just kind of chime in and say, not entirely, not if they're shovel heading.
I don't know what any of this means, but I'll assume that if you find any weird religious activity, you can contact Armor of God, and you two can figure out if it's something that needs to be dealt with.
The word shovel heading is very difficult to figure out.
They implant a shovel in their heads.
So from
No,
a Christian religious standpoint, we want to turn that authority over to Armor of God and his people, as it were. I understand there's also a Vittorio Giovanni who has some ties to our kind, but is one of yours who runs a church.
Is he doing weird stuff, or is he good that he can help with that?
I don't pretend to know his business that well, but from what I'm given to understand, he's a pretty reasonable individual who runs a church at a cemetery.
Well, if he's not being weird with it, he seems like an excellent individual to help keep watch on that.
I know his church got shot up a while ago. That might be another factor we need to address, is some of the violent crime in the city.
So the Ardrey is the boss of all the vampires, right?
Yes.
Okay. So whenever one of y'all mess up, he the one gonna do something to you, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I think the best thing we could definitely do to seal our mystical connection would be to pass out our phone numbers by cell. I got a track phone right now, but the number's gonna be good for another month. So could we just trade those out right quick? I mean,
Does anybody have anything for me directly? I have some other things I have to do because apparently I've been gone for a long time, and I need to set my house in order and do some things.
well, I turned off the shield over at the Camelot though, so you won't lose your soul if you walk through the front door.
Oh, that's good. Oddly, I did not walk through. I never left Camelot. I was just really deep below it. But anyway,
Well, I think
Bye,
if
Lance.
we have specific applications that come up, we can address that from there.
That's why I want to trade numbers.
yes.
I don't want her number though. She scares me.
Who do you gesture to?
Marcella.
She will pull a card out of her purse and hand it to Fix.
Ah,
Yes, you can.
I've heard.
You can all contact Fix. That's fine. Do that.
What?
Yep.
What?
Lance leaves. Lance just walks out.
Popcorn. I'm scared of Italian women.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Why? Ain't you never seen
Are you
Grandpa?
scared of women who stand up for themselves or powerful?
Well, I said Italian.
Have you not seen The Godfather?
I mean, yeah, but
Okay then.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Enough said.
What happens on The Godfather?
The Ardry looks very puzzled at this conversation. He has clearly
I'll
not
send you the
seen the
DVD.
book referred
I'll
to.
get you the DVD. It'll explain everything. Or The Sopranos? You ever see that? Come on now.
I'm not
What all
very
the movies
busy.
have in common?
I have
Italian
time
women.
for.
You have time to wait a dildo around people's face.
Hey, that's me threatening to beat him with it.
Still.
What was all that craziness that you was talking about? Some kind of Rose? You got some kind of cabal or something happening?
Oh, it's an Accord.
It's a what? Like a Hyundai?
Accord.
Like a Hyundai?
I have no idea what you mean. But
Yes, like the Hyundai.
yes, I'm trying to get
Wait,
all
no, it's
of
a
us.
Honda. It's a Honda Accord. What the hell are you talking about, Fix?
Hyundai, Honda, it's the same thing, isn't it? They both come from China.
No, an Accord is just a group of people trying to work together.
For what?
Well, I mean, apparently the mages and vampires got like some sort of peace treaty going on, and my little Accord also brings shifters into the mix.
You better not have none of my crazy cousins inside that thing.
McKenna.
Fire crotch?
That seems like a very rude name to call her.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could
that
just
was-
refer to her as Red. Just saying.
Let's see. I think McKenna is the only one I have so far.
Sound like you're collecting us like Pokemon or something.
Shh. She'll put her finger over your lip. Let's not talk about that now.
You do realize that she's straight crazy.
So are most of us.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk around with a demon in your hand, you idiot.
Hey, I'll have you know, he's a pretty neutral guy. He doesn't talk much, but
He bet not.
I'll just fucking punch him if he does. I got these holy hands. Yeah.
You gonna sexual kung fu at him?
Going this.
What was that, Marcus?
You gonna sexual kung fu at him?
I mean, He pulls out his phone and starts typing furiously.
Really?
Telling you,
You're
kids
not
suck.
an ecstatic.
Emphasis on the suck. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I know what Marcella do. She'd be creepy in Italian.
Oh,
Mr.
honey, you have no idea.
Right. I don't. Don't share. Mr. Tall, Blue, Fairy, Vampire Man. What's your name is?
Michael Valon.
All that? Damn. Okay. My bad. I'm fixed.
That's
Found it.
full name. Michael is acceptable.
Boom.
Pleasure to
Cool,
meet you,
cool.
Mr. Fix.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. I need your self information if you don't mind. I have a pen. If you know, you can write on the back of the card here. I don't.
Okay. I don't have my number on cards, so he'll walk over and number on the back. If you or anyone else ever needs, I own a library, summer library, and it is open to anyone, anytime. So I will only be.
I got a library. It's like you got to go to another dimension to go to it, but I got one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What sort of books do you have?
All of them.
I don't believe you.
All of them.
I think you're telling a fib.
Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you.
Um.
I asked me.
Oh, see, is this an Elysium? Are we told specifically not to use any kind of disciplines here?
You can use this when you want here.
Okay, he's asking, or I'm asking OC, like he's not actually asking, but
Gotcha.
I don't know.
yeah.
No, it would be just offensive, technically. Especially because it's
Okay,
not
just
actual-
defense. Okay,
yeah.
great.
It's not a Camarilla city.
Okay, then I'm gonna activate the
The
first
rules
dot
are a
of.
little different.
I'm gonna activate the first dot of Mitherseria, which is just basically like Ring of Truth. Actually, it is Ring of Truth.
Yeah, that's how it's called.
You want to see you fixing lying?
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't.
Okay. He'll ask, how exactly do you have all books?
Have what?
Books you had, and you said all. I'm asking how.
Oh, it's real simple. You see, what it did was, there's this place that's completely created from me that houses all the information that I would find useful at some point, mostly on spiritual matters in life. So all of the books concerning that, not books, but the information itself. But it's given to me in a very specific way through portents and signs and such. You'd have to be able to interpret.
I see. Interesting. I was saying before, I have an actual public library, which serve as a meeting place if need be.
Well, my problem is due to some alliances that I have made. My appearance has become, shall we say, my countenance has become interesting and disturbing to some.
I'll just shrug. By putting it up there as a alternate method to reach me if I am not at my phone.
So, can I pose a question to the life challenged? Undead just sounds kind of mean. I don't know.
No, that sounds like zombies.
So if we do have a zombie outbreak, I mean, can y'all control them or something like that? Because if the Walking Dead happened, I mean, do we just find y'all and y'all can handle that? Or
You shoot them with fire. They're zombies.
well, I'm just saying.
Have
I
you
mean,
never had a zombie inflection?
No.
What? Not even one.
No, what the fuck is wrong with you?
no, I'm just asking. I mean, I don't know much about vampires, so I got y'all all here. I figured I would ask these questions and get it out the way.
You've never had
She
to.
just kind of looks at Rose. What she said.
So we just shoot them with fire. Okay. I mean, I can do that, but okay.
Fire generally works well with most things.
Oh, I don't make regular fire. I make soul fire. Yeah, it's a black thing.
They don't have souls.
But he does. He might be making fire out of his soul. Can you consider that?
Oh boy.
I don't understand his paradigm, but zombies don't have souls.
I don't understand half the words you say. You kind of Chinese or something.
Yes,
They
Chinese.
could.
Every time you talk, all I hear is Egg Foo Young. I don't.
That's
No
racist.
Zhao. That's for real. Have you heard her talk? She's from Hong Kong. I can't understand half the words she says.
I've heard her talk. I'm married to her.
You don't be listening to her talk. You be staring at the anyway. Mr. Ardrey, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to your issues or nothing. I just don't know nothing about vampires.
He's in the right way now.
Well, my personal preference, should I come into conflict with one of my kind, is to simply tear them to pieces.
Same. I like your
Well, some of us,
With enough
some of us,
force,
you just
you
nasty.
know, a full decapitation is generally a deal breaker. Much as any other being would do enough damage and we die. Some things are just more effective.
Like cutting heads off.
Y'all just so violent.
A stake through the heart will also incapacitate most vampires.
Stake through the heart ain't capacity anything. You put a stake in his heart.
Correct.
Yeah.
But there are some specific vampires that have tools to prevent that.
They got an extra heart. They put it in their foot or something.
Move it?
And to ritually remove it.
What the
But they
fuck?
ain't got no heart though. How does that work? Magic.
Why did anyone do that? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
They
Believe
don't want to be staked, is why they
Nobody
remove it.
does! Nobody wants to be staked. That's
Okay.
an insta-fucking murder.
Okay, if you could remove your heart and keep living
No!
to protect your heart,
No!
would you do it?
No!
Why not?
Because it's his heart. Woman, what's your problem?
I'm wondering the same thing. Why wouldn't you do it if you could do it?
Because it's my
Because I
heart.
like my bitch to stay inside of me. They're internal organs for a reason. Internal, not external.
So who's removing their internal organs now?
I don't want to remove any of my organs.
Is it Sek or Maria?
They are discussing the ability of some of our kind to be able to remove, for example, their hearts.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
honey,
fucking disgusting.
Where they do
if
that
you're
at?
really gonna make this a niche,
Oh god.
Is that a disease? Is that like AIDS or something? A Zamish? What is that?
Sounds like something you get on a cruise ship.
it sounds like a sneeze, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Is that a code word?
It's a family name.
You're a family name.
Like
There's some dude
Giovanni.
walking around. His last name is Zamish. He ain't got no Coca-Cola with his name on it. I know that. How you even spell that?
I'm hearing like 3 different Z's at least.
There are no vowels in that word.
Some people pronounce it Sumitsi. Depends on who you are.
That's a one vowel at the end. Like, that doesn't help.
I'm not calling nobody that. That's just mean. Use a that sounds like a cuss word. That's like calling somebody a nigga. I'm not doing that. That's mean.
Yeah, for real, man. Like, that's not cool. Not about that slur life.
That's terrible. That's kind of racial. He can't help what his mom and daddy name him.
Okay.
To the main discussion.
Hey, you. Tell me what order of mage you are.
That's not to hold that information. That's a very personal question.
They ain't gonna know what it means.
They
The
won't.
general fallback is fire, a stake through the heart, sunlight, large-scale damage.
3 of them things that kill anybody, Audrey.
What if, and this is gonna sound crazy, what if I focused holy energy through my fists and then punched them to death?
What do they do that at?
Holy symbols are unpleasant for most of us.
Right, but I'm not talking about symbols. I'm talking about, like, faith in my hand.
Well,
Do you have faith in my hands, Sphinx?
faith can be a symbol depending on how it's.
You got a demon
Translated.
sword. Stab him with it.
Yeah. Got a demon sword. I've had a demon sword for several months now, and he hasn't started shit. Where have I been holding him? In my hands.
Why are we talking about this again?
Oh,
I don't
That's a very
no.
good question.
We're
I'm trying to
discussing
explain.
threat management and helping one another understand what exactly we are.
okay. Mage 101. Catch them slipping.
Yep.
Most mages are not prepared 24/7. Those are what we like to call
Or
dead
something
motherfuckers.
squishy.
Yeah, just, like, get a gun. It'll probably be okay.
We're kind of like marshmallows fighting bricks.
Kind of.
Speak for yourself. I'm ready all the time.
The young man there in the trench coat that I have pictured starts laughing when he overhears this conversation. He says it is a sloppy one that's not prepared all the time.
What creepy dude said.
Rose is gonna wave at him. Who are you?
My name is Lorenzo Giovanni.
Wait, you Italian like she is?
Well, generally one does carry the ancestry of their family.
Y'all related?
I works with family.
You got to be an asshole.
No, it's just kind of their thing as vampires.
No, it's cool.
Not them family specifically.
So Lorenzo
Just a
Giovanni, so you heard of me, so you know who I am.
I heard your name mentioned.
You think it's a good
Make
idea
no
to talk shit to me?
mistake, however, I'm not a vampire. I spent some
Oh.
time
We need to go outside?
studying under Vittorio.
I don't know who that is, but do we need to step outside?
I began as a apprentice among the choristers. However,
My mama was a chorus.
I found that my approach to magic and creation did not quite fit with the mentality of the church. I studied as well under a gentleman from the far Middle East, I guess, farther Middle East, but and learned the ways of weaving magic.
That don't mean nothing to me, dog.
I am what is typically known as a Taft honey, a weaver.
Make shirts.
Bulletproof ones sometimes.
Get them
But
over the internet, dog.
more than that, I weave spirits into and through the world around us.
How do spirits feel about that?
If you ask nicely, they don't mind. It's all about having the right conversation.
I ain't never asked no spirit to do nothing.
No? Well, when I asked the spirits of the dead to aid me in return for assisting them in finding peace, I tend to be successful.
The room gets a few degrees colder.
When I ask the spirits of fire to warm me or to not burn me, and in exchange I will fuel them, I find myself successful.
You're telling me all this because why?
Because,
We
Mr.
still
Fick,
information about ourselves and our conversations.
we are discussing how we all can work together in this city. And I am new to this role in this city.
Uh-huh. I'm not real good with social stuff. I believe it on my Geru heritage. I'm something called a bonar cousin or something like that. Makes me real itchy.
Whatever that means.
But if the spirits say you cool, you must be. So are there any problems that vampires know about, mages don't know about, that we could probably work together on fixing?
Well, there's been some graveyard robberies. Fewer recently, but I'm gonna assume it's not simply a anatomy student who wants to do some extra studying. We've also got a situation, the artery says, and it's one that, unfortunately, I don't see our newest addition to our society here. He would perhaps find this amusing. I'm
So
sure he will.
we had grave robbers, and what else?
Well, there are those known as the clanless. They are vampires that have no inherited traits from their creator. Normally, with a vampire, when one creates another, the one created shares certain traits and abilities with the one who created them. The clanless do not share this. When they are created, it is a completely random crapshoot of what they can do.
Yes, so what's wrong with that? Vampires, 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 ain't it?
Well, you know, the majority of vampire culture, these are looked down on, just as in feudal times, those without lineage were looked down on. The lowest of
That's
the low, the
ridiculous.
peasants, that sort of thing.
Uh,
Our recent addition to our society comes from, well, what would be the arrogant blue bloods of vampire society. His hypothesis,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
his hypothesis is, of course, that the clanless could have inherited traits just like the clans do if they had more potent of blood. That those known as bloodlines are no different than clanless, just more potent.
Marcella kind of groans a little bit.
Michael is
That's
not looking very happy when
what
that
is that not right? What are y'all talking
Well,
about? Is that not right?
it's a theory, and it's one that we are going to test, and I ask that you assist us in making the clanless feel welcome. Any
What?
clanless kindred who presents himself in our court will be welcomed. They will also be given the right of the amaranth, that is, the right to consume the enemies of the court. By tradition, this increases the potency of their blood.
So you end up with a bunch of thug, strong, coxwool vampire dudes that don't behold nobody?
Well, the point is we are offering them an opportunity to belong. Anywhere else, they are hunted or ignored. Here, we are going to tell them, you're unique, and we embrace that uniqueness. We are not a city of tradition, we are a city of innovation. Bring your new ideas, bring your new creations, your new concepts, and join us. Help us become better.
Yeah,
And
all
should
the,
they reach a high enough, a sufficient blood potency, we'll grant them the right of creation as well. And we'll find out if indeed a clanless with a potent enough blood can indeed create a lineage.
sound like some Nazi eugenics bullshit to me, but okay. It's
Think
your
of it
city, bro.
from a different perspective. These are the people who are refused jobs because of their heritage. Say, for example, in our current political climate, a Middle Eastern man.
Mr.
We're saying we
Audrey,
don't care. We don't care if you're Middle Eastern. We will employ you
Mr.
because we
Audrey,
want to
last I
know more
checked,
about your culture.
Mr. Audrey, remember, last time I checked, I don't drink blood. So you like it, I love it. Do what you want to do. They start acting the ass, I will set them on fire. Real simple.
That's would indeed be in keeping with the treaty. We just ask that you give them, make sure they understand the
Oh,
opportunity here.
I read the treaty. I don't have to tell them shit.
I recognize that. But should you encounter one in a non-hostile setting, we ask that you inform them of the situation.
Well, if I catch
Because
him
it
in
would be
mid-nom, it'd be what?
it would be a shame if they were killed because they did not understand the rules.
I guess it's your job to explain it to them first, isn't it?
No, generally.
But hear about this. I'll do you one better. anytime you got one of them KT, one of them clanless or whatever they call it, anytime one of them show up to the city, you tell them to come to my bar. I will explain to them the consequences of their actions. Send them over to Old Fix. If they get Brody, they will learn I will teach them. Matter of fact, any vampire you want to, you tell them to come see Mr. Fix. Mr. Fix will teach them things, lessons. I'm wise and shit.
Well, certainly learning about one another's cultures is beneficial to
So I ain't gonna
advancing
teach them
our.
about being major. I ain't gonna teach them about majors. I'm teaching about survival in Minneapolis.
That's beneficial as well.
Give them the tools that they need so that they can continue their unbreathing existence. Because the Shadow Dragon says, my realm is the dead. Well, y'all kind of sort of dead, so I kind of got to be nice to you. But if I kill you, you know what the cool thing is? Wait, no, you stay right next to Old Fix. Anybody I kill is to stay right next to me for eternity.
It's a little more complicated with us, but I believe your magic could certainly accomplish it.
But it ain't my magic. No, sir. I didn't do that to you. Anybody got any superpowers that tell the truth or whatever can listen. I ain't lying. That ain't me that's doing that. I ain't gonna twist one. I ain't gonna cross one hex on you. See, all of us in our little cabal of knights, we all got jobs. I'm the garbage man. I take out the trash. Mox is really pretty. Rose is social. Set keeps me from killing people. Lance gives me instructions. Sometimes I follow him.
Rose is gonna lean over to Mox. I need a join y'all's cabal.
He's rolling.
Okay.
So do y'all have like, are y'all all friends? Is this like a group? Is this like just Audrey and then Marcella and I don't know who that tall lady is and the tall dude? Y'all hang out?
Well, I would say we all politely interact. I tend to keep a fairly open door policy.
Montague isn't very friendly.
I don't know who that is. I don't talk about people I don't know.
Oh, he is.
You should
He's a
be
special
glad that you
case.
do not know
Yes.
And
Consider
the
yourself
emphasis that
lucky.
she puts on the word special isn't positive.
Is there any other vampires of note that I should know about?
Well, we have a number of clans, as it were, that have a couple members each.
Okay, so nobody of note. Okay, cool.
Yeah, like.
Well, that would depend what you mean of note. If you're looking for a businessman, I would tell you who would be relevant there. If you're looking for someone to get you a new motorcycle and who likes to pick fights and drink a lot, I would tell you who to look for there.
Who's liable to cause trouble?
Yeah, kind of smirks and says, I'd like to think none of us would cause trouble, but I realize that's not accurate.
If you don't want to drop dime on your homie, I understand.
Who's likely to toe the line on their treaty? I can think of a couple.
Montague.
I would agree. I would agree that
He tried to do veiled threats. He would try to do veiled threats towards me, and I called him out on that shit right quick. Michael can tell you, he was there.
He
I would
did what?
agree that Mr. Montague is likely to push the limit of the treaty and try and play the linguistics of it.
Oh yeah,
Does he
no,
stand for growth? So just this Montague cat, that's who I need to worry about?
He would be
no.
one to remain aware of, as he is likely to try to stir things up. He has a
He is a teacher. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna say now. Rose will say he is a petty child. The more you pay attention to him, the worse he's gonna get.
I only give one kind of attention.
Fox is gonna raise a hand slowly.
Yes, dear.
Can I punch him?
I wouldn't mind it, but
I was asking the guy over him.
if he is taking liberties with the treaty, I don't see why a abrupt reminder isn't in order.
All I need to know. Thank you.
Marcella
hit
smirks.
I don't hit people.
Well, I would prefer that if you're going to start removing limbs, you at least consider which ones are necessary for him to be useful.
I don't do that kind of thing.
I mean, you could probably go without a couple fingers.
I'm not that kind of person.
I am.
yeah, he is.
If you need anybody found, I can find anybody. No matter how hidden they are.
Really?
Yeah, anybody. Don't matter who it is.
What if we don't know who they are?
Interesting.
Nobody can hide from old Fix.
I think the point of the question is how much information do you need to be able to accurately track? Photograph,
The name.
name, rough description, police sketch.
Just the name.
Just a name?
Just the name. More is better, but all I need is the name.
Interesting.
Took a job with a hunter. I'm employed by many spirits.
Mm-hmm. Spirits can be our allies if they're treated correctly.
Oh, I'm not allied with any of them. I work for them.
I'd say work for and allied with are a fine line.
As my friend Tertius explained to me,
I can't argue with that.
wow, Mox, this is the longest I've talked to some people that wasn't us and I ain't shot anybody in the face. This is going real good, ain't it?
I know, right? Great.
Mostly it's because I'm our guys in here, and I don't like to look bad in front of him. Now, if my Uncle John was here, but yeah, anytime y'all need somebody to find, come on down to Fix's Bar. I'll hook you up.
Well, I'll keep that in mind, certainly.
That's why.
But I'll need a favor.
Of course.
Well, you
Hey,
haven't asked to make it some formal nonsense, so that's a step in the right direction. We have some individuals that like to get
it's always the same favor. There's a charity I like people to give to. If you got some money, give it to them. The Lord has seen fit to bless me with gifts. I just like to pay it forward.
It seems fair.
Leave the werewolves alone. I'll kill you.
Of the few I've had any contact with, I have remained on good standing with them.
Oh no, make no mistake. I hate every last one of them son bitches, but their family. The Firecrotch got good sense. So what did you, so Marcella is some kind of something other Italian vampire lady, and that's her cousin or something over there, Giovanni something other. And Michael is I like to read books, fairy vampire. What do you do?
Just gonna give a
tall
thumbs
lady?
up.
Mirror smiles. I like to get things done.
Manage to get things done, dude. All right. Okay then. You want to be vague and cryptic? Cool.
That's an MO for these guys.
Here it is. I
Work with
told you what my cell phone number is, where I live at, where I can be found, who I work for. And all I get is some bullshit like I managed to get things done. That's okay. I see how y'all do business.
I mean, to be fair, that was only one of us, and not all of us.
That was only what?
I believe the point was that there are plenty of us that have been tempted to be open. And there are those of us who keep their secrets for good reason.
I don't like secrets. They make me nervous. That's why I don't have them.
Perhaps, Mr. Fix, you make some of us nervous. Have you considered that?
No. Y'all all like 1,000 years old. What can I do that y'all ain't seen before?
Not all of them are 1,000 years old.
I'm going to say in this city that there are very few as old as that.
Oh yeah, because I can tell.
Allow me to
Y'all got all kinds of
keep it simple.
Vampire
When you
super
see
power.
one heavily tattooed, dressed in armor, and carrying a sword, assume they're probably from a different time.
Thanks. So keep that in mind, Audrey. Good survival tip there. Y'all want me to do some magic? Y'all want to see something cool?
Don't use forces.
They got superpowers. I want to see cool vampire superpowers.
You do?
Yeah, what y'all do? I ain't never seen no vampire do nothing cool. All except for Marcella, and all she does is kind of raise her eyebrow and shit happens. She the only vampire I ever met, except for the time I sat in the room with the RG, and all he did was sit in front of the table being cool with a big ass sword.
I take it you don't
I
recall the bone prison.
don't know where you got that from. I think Arthur Drake did that, and you just claim the credit. I'm just saying.
Milk chocolate.
Get that creepy look in his eye. Mm-hmm. My grandmama told me to watch out for that creepy look in people's eyes. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a reason he is our court warlock.
I don't know warlock, frylock. I don't know them people. I don't know what that means. I don't talk about people I don't know. I told y'all that already.
He's an
That's bad
occult
mojo.
specialist.
That's bad mojo right there. I don't do that. No sir. I mean, I ain't seen nobody turn to a bat. I ain't seen nobody throw a car. I ain't seen nobody like none of the cool stuff from the movies. Do y'all do any of that stuff?
I'm gonna spend a blood point and use shadow play.
Okay.
Because
Just because you can.
one of the shadows from a corner is something to mosey on over. Stand or like lay on the floor beside Michael in a little blob.
See see that's creepy right there. That's you can just do that whenever you want to.
Like I said,
I'll nod.
you would enjoy meeting Vizinitsi.
I told you, but don't be calling people that. So wait, hold on. All shadows you can play with, or just this one right here? I can't do that. Mox, can you do that? Because I can't do that. Mox,
You went to the bathroom.
Fire Slinger, I can't do that.
He's gonna cause the little blob to just kind of run over Fix's feet, like not on him, just or not anything other than his feet, and just kind of run over his feet and then return back to beside him.
Don't that beat all? That just made the shadow thing run over my feet. Too. That's some bullshit. These are some nice shoes too.
It's just
All
shadow.
right,
The worst that can happen with it is asphyxiation.
Orion, have you ever seen some stuff like that? The dog looks at him and it in eyes old as time, looks at him and just says, oh, okay.
I could do that if I really, really wanted to.
Don't you need like an N64 and like a car battery to do anything cool?
That or mirrors.
The question. Out of character question
Okay.
But
for Marcus.
Yeah.
I assume is Orion visible?
Yeah, Orion's here. Does anybody need to see a picture of Orion? Tee-hee. He's a black. He looks like a black Presa Carnario.
Okay.
I got one. What is this thing called? What is his name? Oh. Let me go here. So many windows.
I know, right?
And you went over 50.
But yeah, usually I do
Tiger's
that.
back there.
Hello.
That's him.
Usually I need some mirrors and a flashlight to do it, but you know.
Yes, he's that big and that ornery. He currently does not seem impressed.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So you can just play with shadows and that it? Can you fly?
I can play with shadows among other things. And there are others who can do other things as
That is amazing. I can't
Wide
do none of
variety.
that without my head exploding. No, literally, my head will explode.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I've made peace with my limitations.
Sounds like quite a dilemma.
It's okay. Of the knights, I am the weakest magically. That's Mox. He'll tell you. It's true.
That's true. I am, in fact, the strongest magically amongst the knights.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you ain't a knight, Rose.
Like she was.
Lucky Wilhelm out here. He had us all stabbed up and talking all this shit.
Am I stronger than you?
Um,
She'll whip out the dildo and aim it at him. Fight me!
you don't want to do that.
She was trying to make a joke.
So Marcella raises her eyebrows and dead stuff happens. Michael is really tall, blue, and can play with shadows, among other things.
I can also glow faintly when standing in moonlight.
Like for no reason?
Just standing in moonlight.
That's a cool trick. I can't do that.
Hey, with Forces 3, you can bend light, right?
Yes.
Tiger, roll air tape for me.
Okay. I think that's cool.
Alright, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
What's their difficulty, John?
It's based off of the spear, it starts at... I can't remember, I'm too tired and hungry.
It's 3 plus your fear rank.
Okay. Oh, so it's coincidental?
Yeah, the mages have made this a coincidental area.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I also spend willpower.
Good thing you did. Cancel that.
Aw.
Yeah, just straight fail.
She spent a willpower, it's an automatic success.
Oh, okay. You got a 6.
But for about half a second, or she goes, ah! And she makes herself a little glowy. We can do it too. It's not
I can't do that.
that big of a deal.
I can't do that.
Yeah, he's got a different way of doing things. I couldn't do it either.
Well, I'm bending the world to my fucking will.
What's in with Dawson?
Don't talk about bending people over or waving that thing around. It's just creepy.
Eh,
Okay, I want to see somebody else use this. I mean, and see all have fangs and just bite people. Do it hurt?
Would you like a
I mean-
demonstration?
You gonna bite somebody? Not it.
not it.
Nose goes.
I'm not.
I heard Rose
Yeah,
say
that's-
she volunteered. Rose will do it.
Alright, I'll do it. But she'll pull out the dildo and aim it at him. But I get to do something to you.
Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, do it hurt? You can just tell me. I mean, I don't need a demonstration. I have to believe you. Check. Do it hurt or not?
Occasionally.
For most of us, it is a rather pleasant and intoxicating experience.
Hold on. You get high off of biting people.
No, they do.
Oh, wait, what? You got weed flowing through your veins? What are you talking about?
Because think of it like a contact morphine. With an extreme
Y'all got
endorphin.
crack flowing through your bloodstream? Crack, I understand. You sell that. I mean, so people catch feelings off your bite,
Correct.
and they like it.
Generally quite a bit.
So how are
In
y'all a
fact,
problem?
Sometimes.
Y'all, what?
How are you a problem? You said the bite feel good, don't it?
Get greedy.
Oh,
Just like
Drink
anything
too
else,
much.
what happens, you take a little too much.
oh, blood is you ain't got that much blood. I guess you could kill somebody with that, huh?
Yeah, well, that's kind of how we come into existence, generally.
Like on purpose?
Yes, if you completely drain someone and then feed them your blood, that would create a vampire.
Yes.
Ow, my ass.
Is there any other specifics you are interested in?
No, I'm good. I mean, y'all know where I'm at if y'all want to talk to me.
Well, I'm prepared to demonstrate something,
Is it cool?
but I'll need your help.
My help? For what? You the vampire?
None of you happen to know how to summon spirits, do you?
Yep.
Rose will raise her hand.
Okay. Would you summon a spirit of your choice? Preferably not a fire or light spirit.
There's one right there. What you want to do with it?
Where?
Orion.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I can't do this with with Orion. That would be inappropriate.
What was you gonna do?
I'm going to bind a spirit.
Well, that's not nice. We don't like that around here.
Yeah, like if I were to summon a spirit and you found it, that would cause a disreputable. Ugh. Oh, see, I can't pronounce the word because
A better.
yes, a bad reputation for me amongst the spirit world.
Ah,
So when you say bind, what you mean? You gonna shove it in there?
Voluntarily.
Oh, so you can just shove them in there and they can't do nothing about that? But you just put them in place? Well, I reckon if they allow you to do that, then that's him. I got a couple hates following me around all the time, but I don't think you want to mess with them. You know what a hate is?
Is that not a term for a ghost?
No, it's a hate. But I mean, I guess you go as ghost you want to.
Really? Hold on a second.
Well, hell, I ain't know vampires had no truck with spirits.
We all do in our own ways.
They got fairy vampires. They got spirit vampires. They got a time vampire. This is amazing. And whatever the hell the artery is.
He's the
Animal
leader.
people. They animal cockswole, sword-wielding badass vampires. All right, Audrey, you are cockswole. You're like 7 feet tall and made of swole. I'm just saying.
No, I was raised in a different time.
Mm-hmm. Where they made swole big sword. Like long ships and all that. I had some truck with some folks like you over to the museum. Mm-hmm.
Well, the long ships were more of the reavers from the east, but yes, I was in the appropriate era. In fact,
Oh, yeah,
that's how I came to be.
There's a whole mess of them fools over there. You speak that funny talk, that Norse and all that?
I learned some of it after I was created.
Ah, well, there's a mage girl I'm gonna have to tell about you because she can show you your help. Unless that's beneath you. I don't know the rules about you being the vampire king and having to help people. I don't know how that works.
I generally try to stay open-minded, recognizing that we all
But you
have
like
our own part to play.
But you like the king vampire dude, like so like I'm supposed to be like respectful and stuff.
Well, I came from a little bit different time. Respect was earned. I don't expect people to respect me. Expect people to respect me for my title. I expect them to respect me because of how I treat them, because I've earned that respect.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, I'd ask that if you don't know me and I haven't yet earned your respect, that you at least remain civil and give me the opportunity, unless I do something to lose that. But that's about where I stand.
Well, I used to be old evil son bitch, but old armor God set me straight, so I'm all good.
Well, we have all made some decisions in our past that affect who we are today.
Oh yes, sir. I think that we have.
Marissa raise her hand. I'm not old enough to have made that mistake yet.
Keep waving her rubber dick around, shit will happen.
She's not old enough to have made one of those mistakes yet.
Don't worry, your opportunities will come. They always do.
I'm sure.
Here's the problem, though. Those of you that are spiritually attuned, there's an issue that you may come into contact with. You see, as of late, a bit of upheaval in the spirit world. You may have noticed it.
Talking about the vortex?
I'm talking about what really happened, why this place is the way it is.
Well, you'd have to clarify on which time.
Oh, there's only one time that really mattered.
Well, recently one of the mages there sent about a city block to hell.
Oh, that's child's play.
So sent some very powerful beings to hell with it.
That's probably a good place for them to be, ain't it? But there's more than one hell anyway.
It's possible that was their home in the first place.
Oh, yes, sir. More than likely.
Huh. I mean,
Matter of fact, Wolfram Hart was the home to some of these powerful beings.
exactly
That would be
what
why
we're
we
talking about.
coordinated with your friend Armor of God there to blast it all into brimstone, as it were.
Oh, you probably blasted them in the brimstone, but you see, we got to set it right now. Everybody that's got some truck with the spirit world is your responsibility to look on the other side, see the damage, and try and help it, so it can go back to the way it's supposed to be.
And how do you propose we go about that?
Oh, that's going to be real simple. You just need to talk to the folks that you talk to, whoever it is, however you do it, and ask them what they need.
You mean discuss with the spirits what they need?
No, discussion means you talk and it talks. No, it's going to talk and you're going to listen.
I see what you're saying.
Emissaries need to be sent, because those dark spirits that was cursed so long ago have been sucking on this land since forever, and it has changed the way this place works. I don't know if it's for good, I don't know if it's for ill, but it is my duty as emissary of the schmuck that I'm the emissary of to check on these things. Now, I would take it as a personal kindness if you would speak to your spiritual allies and see what's going on.
We can certainly see what we can come up with.
I warn you. The temporal hole that is there. It's going to be nothing compared to the spiritual hole that's left behind. You can take my meaning.
Saying it's going to be a vast sucking wasteland.
No, I'm saying that something is going to fill that hole.
Or is a vacuum?
Of course it does. Spiritual world is like this, yeah.
Might want to
Other side
watch
of
your
the crossroads.
phrasing around the young lady over there.
What?
the other side of the crossroads is just as bad as it is over here. Now I don't normally go over there, but ever since my kin showed me how to walk that way, I do. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna start to look bad. Because things gonna see that hole done been filled. Because them two big spirits been running things here since forever, since they was cursed. Now with them gone, who gonna move in? We need to make sure that there's some spirits that ain't got no negativity in mind, lest we run into some things like the Green Dragon, if you feel me.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with the haven I have. I don't need another one.
Yeah, we need to make sure that is like you talking about the well-being of the city of Minneapolis. That's all well and good, and I'm sure that money and all that shit's important to y'all. But what I'm more concerned about is the spiritual well-being of the city.
I mean,
With that,
pretty sure I know a dragon.
well, that had caused me some concern. I thank you for clearing that up for me.
No, I mean to kill the boy.
Well,
There's a joke there.
What joke?
Phil,
Tiger's a bad person.
Serpentine.
She's just not getting what you're saying.
Now, my boss man ain't somebody y'all want to fill the void because he has a very specific duty. And you don't want him though. But if you find any candidates that don't suck, y'all might want to send them our way.
Okay, well, I gotta get going. What's he coming with?
Yeah.
Well,
It's been
I'll leave
pleasant.
y'all. I'll leave y'all with that thought then. Y'all know how to contact me.
Yep.
Before Mox leaves, James Wraithwell will tell him that when he has time, they should talk.
Yeah, Kevin, I'll hit you up. He'll give James his phone number. Just tell him to call him whenever.
Let's go, Ryan.
All right. As people begin to file out, if anyone has anyone else they want to talk to, now can be that time.
Okay.
I do have some court business.
All right, let me start with Flavio, and then we'll jump to your court business.
I would just want to say that to Maria that on the matter that you asked, well, one of the matters that you asked me, you should talk to the hard Rye and the person called Arthur Drake about the Drake about the feathers.
Okay.
You know, make sure that they are working correctly and aren't doing the thing that they're not supposed to be doing.
Eileen, they're right here, so you could tell them yourself.
Okay. So he turned He turns to the Ard and is like, so I've been trying to find out a few things about uh, some of the problems that are caused by the spirit realm, and I was wondering if yourself and uh, Mr. Arthur Drake have had any issues with your feathers.
Well, I don't generally keep many, but he looks to Mr. Drake. Drake says, well, I haven't had too many troubles, but I keep mine fairly well secured as well. I can ask those in my employ. We have a couple there who deal in them as well.
Mm. Just to make sure that not only are they secure, but they're not doing something extra that they're not supposed to be doing. Mm. Some apparently are unstable, and I'm checking out those that have a high probability of becoming unstable.
I see. Well, we'll bear that in mind and look into it a little bit further. Certainly something to check out.
Um, for the good of the city and all that. Hopefully, the the conflict that I've been investigating between uh, the ghost of the Norse and the ghosts of the Native Americans don't spill in to other places.
Well, it's possible some of that are still remnants of the conflict Mr. Fix was speaking of with the law firm.
Hmm, yes, it is a possibility. Hence why I was curious to see if there are any of your various anchors acting up, just to be on the safe side. I thank you for your swift answer. Hopefully,
Well,
I'll
we
hear.
appreciate you bringing the concern to our attention, too.
Hopefully, I'll hear from you about this in the near future. I will be investigating the further the situation with the spiritual side at the museum, but I am somewhat hampered by the fact that there is one of the what was that word that you used? Kindred. That
Yes.
that is of an opposite faction than the Accord.
I
Did you
know
mention something about a Sabbat kindred, perhaps? I think.
I know that it's an opposite faction. I don't know which one. I'm not familiar with the various factions of the
Wow.
Vampire Society, so I know it's just opposite of the Accord one. Hence why I'm trying to treat this issue with gloves.
It's greatly
currently
I'm not.
appreciated.
currently any in the city do reside here at my leisure, regardless of their allegiance. If they are of the Sabbat, they are enemies and therefore hostile. Although we have kept that from becoming an open hostility for the good of the city itself. And if they are members of the Camarilla, then they have been forced by their own leadership to acknowledge my rulership in the city and should provide you no trouble.
In
If
any
they do,
case,
tell me. I have no objection painting the streets with them.
in any case, once I figure out more information about this, I will let either yourself or one of your subordinates in the know, as it were.
Yeah,
Excellent.
feel free to contact me.
And on another unrelated note, I have one more business to ask of Madam Marcella Giovanni, if you wouldn't mind.
What can I do for you, Elaine?
Do you know any books on medicine that I can start studying up on?
Oh boy, there are many. Because Holly doesn't know them off the top of my head. Insert titles here.
Yeah, I'll even start typing them on his phone. Click, 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 to get some from the Library of Minneapolis. Just so you know. Click, 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 click.
Conveniently, there's a librarian here.
Okay.
Yes, Michael is a most excellent librarian.
Oh,
Michael's just gonna wave his hand.
I must inquire, though, why is it that you require medical books?
Multiple reasons. The top of my head, trying to understand better what I'm doing when it comes to coma patients so that I don't kill them by accident.
Seems a reasonable concern.
You know, if you need assistance with someone in a coma, it might be a wise idea to have someone with a great deal of knowledge on hand. To that end, I am volunteering myself.
Mm. Yeah, I'll
Just
keep that
for
in mind.
consultation on certain matters, or to explain the books to you when you. But if you take me up on this offer, I would have a favor to ask you.
I'm still working on the previous one. I haven't found any of the
That's fair.
locations yet. That's the opportune word, yet. And he shows the list to Michael of all of the medicine books.
He'll read over it, and then because I did a memory, he'll memorize it, and then he'll nod and say, I'll see about finding them for you. You might have to fight with some of the college students for the books, but there are several copies of each of these on hand, so whenever you wish and I return to the library, you can come and pick them up, or return with me to the library, whichever you prefer.
Well, I'll get them in turns so that I can Xerox them and return them as swiftly as possible so that no actual medical students will have any real issues on learning what should be their bread and butter.
Well, as I said, there are several copies. But actually, with that, I wish you all a pleasant evening. I must get back. There are a few things I need to take care of.
Indeed. I will be looking onto the spiritual side of things as well in more detail now that I know from Mr. Fix what to look for to a certain degree. I did warn you about all of your feathers, terrors or spiritual anchors that you use for the various spirits, so that's always good. So yeah, that's kind of about it for now. I'm still searching for a lot of things, and I do mean a lot. I'm usually busy. Sorry, I tend to let others speak before I speak because usually mm, it happens. Anyway, thank you for your time. Uh, Maria, I will talk to you later. Uh, Marcella, it's always a pleasure speaking with you.
It's always a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you for your time and patience with me, Ardurai. Um,
Not at
sorry
all.
that
Thank you for the warnings. They're always an asset to us as well.
well, you never know with the spiritual world the way it is as it is. It might be better if we know that, well, double check on our feathers to make sure that they're not doing something extra that they're not supposed to. So, you know, that's a thing.
Yes, it's important to remain vigilant and aware. Certainly.
Now I just need to figure out how to plan things a lot better. Um,
We've had 10 centuries to figure out how to plan. I'm still terrible at it.
oh dear. Yes, yes, apparently. And I only had like almost 3 decades now, and almost. And I'm still not good at planning. Not really. So, yeah. Thanks for your time. But I need to get to sleep as well, since apparently I'm starting to doze off a bit.
Of course.
Pardon me, and see you later.
Have a good night.
He starts saying his goodbye to the rest of the mage ensemble boss to kind of a more respectful boss type greeting to armor of God. You know, don't want to piss my armor of God.
Yep.
So with that, I'm gonna go to sleep. Finally, see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that was eventful. It was. I haven't met with such a large contingent from them before.
It is an experience. They've had the slight advantage of working with Mr. Drake and his cabal of mages enough.
Hmm. If you don't mind my small piece of business,
What can I do for you?
I would like to formally request the right of creation.
It is certainly something we can discuss. Something perhaps that we can discuss further outside of the larger group. Get some relevant information, such as if you've found any candidates so far. we do also have some of the younger kindred in the city in need of tutelage.
Sorry about that. Got disconnected. I'm.
Yep.
Maybe
Yeah.
missed anything after what I said.
He said we can certainly discuss that. In addition, discuss whether there's any candidates you've found already, that sort of thing. And further discuss as well that there are a number of individuals who would make younger kindred in need of tutelage as well. That may be a option.
Be quite open to that, actually.
Part of the reason we restrict the right is to ensure that we have qualified sires.
I would be happy to instruct a younger kindred. Would be a pleasure, as a matter of fact.
Then we can discuss as well whether there's any good candidates on that front.
Also wanted to deliver to give you a background. Marcella and I recently went to Benahimi, where that prophecy leads me to believe that influx of Setites
Well, that's something we should be cognizant of, certainly. That's something we want to invite if we don't have to.
No, that would be trouble. They're certainly not my favorite people.
I would imagine not.
But that said, my only final thing is to offer to look into issue which Fix brought up.
Well, Mr. Fix there did present a number of issues, so you might have to be more specific.
I meant in specific the stability of the spirits in general.
Ah. Yes, that's something we have to consider.
I mean, I realize it has less of an impact on us, but
You would be surprised.
maybe less direct of an impact, I should say. It still has quite a great deal of impact, you're right. But I was thinking, I spent much time investigating the former site of Wolfram and Hart.
I mean, that certainly would not be the worst idea to look into it.
I am concerned that might be some spiritual resonance of some type in that area. I would like to lead perhaps a team to investigate that.
That probably wouldn't be the worst approach to take for it.
Excellent. With your permission, I will attempt to assemble people.
That's acceptable.
Good. That's all the business I have.
Oh, fantastic. Sounds like we have quite a bit in front of us, but we're on the right track, perhaps. And Lady Marcella, if there's nothing that you needed this evening, then I suggest we all take our leave and focus on the other priorities that we seem to have in front of us.
Indeed. I do not have anything else to get.
Well then, good evening to both of you.
Thanks, sir. And good evening, Mr. Drake.
Good evening. And we shall see both of you in the future.
Yes, yes. And Marcella will take her leave.
As well, Maria.
Well, I think that then will do it. So. Alright. Thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching. It's just been a Minneapolis by Night crossover scene with mages and vampires.